I'm in. Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, chat? In this big, echoey room. Chat. Chat. Can you hear me? Hi, chat. It's me. I'm in purgatory. How is everyone? Wait, I should get... Hold on, we'll do some stream lighting. Ready? Ready for stream lighting? My... iPhone. Wow. iPhone. How are we doing, everyone? How are you all? Okay. Before we begin, I want to point out the elephants in the room, or should I say the elephants that are absent from the room. Number one, I'm in a completely blank house. That's my bed right now, a beanbag on top of a mattress. This is my new setup. This is my new stream. This is where I live now. And Hatsune Miku. Okay, we've got a lot to talk about, chat. We have a lot to talk about. So yeah, this is the elephant in the room. My stream setup is more blank and scary than usual, and this room is just echoing. How have you all been? I've been. It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute since I was last kicking around in this old Twitch space. I'm seeing a lot of first-time chatters. It's lovely to meet you all. If you're new, hi. How are you all doing? My name's Wilbur Soot, I'm a musician and a Twitch streamer and a YouTuber all in one go. How does he do it? How does he do it, the critics say. And I'm here to tell the critics, I don't. I'm in the middle of an emotional breakdown. It's great to speak to you again. I've had such a good past like 3 months just meeting you all in person and getting to like chat to you guys, and you know it is comforting now to be back where there's a screen between me and you, because I am the most socially inept human being I think that has ever existed. I've discovered being on this tour. Chris Me Quick, thank you for the 10. I haven't said that in a long time. Thank you for the 10. Yeah, it's I've discovered I'm the most socially inept human being the world has ever seen. So to be back here with a screen, I feel comfortable now. I feel confident. I'm back in the saddle. I'm ready to go. For those of you observant, this is the same mic I've had since our first office. Oh, I'm being told to look at DMs. What's up? What's wrong? What's going on? Oh. Okay, there's new chat rules. Mods, how can the people see the new chat rules? And you want me to? Do I mod those people right now? You want me to mod all those? God, I've been gone for so long. My mods have reformed and in a there's big lag. Oh, it's because I opened my Discord. I'm gonna mod these. Should I mod these people right now, or can we do it afterwards? Yes, please. Okay, chat, excuse me while I mod about 50 people. Hold on. You ready? You're going to sit. I'm going to try and talk while I do it. Problem is, I was thinking to myself, I'm not going to need my hands, so I'm just going to hold this microphone for the next however long I'm going to stream for. But I'm going to balance the microphone here, and I'm going to try and talk while I mod everyone. Hello, this is the uncomfortable close hour of the stream, right? So how have we all been? I've been all over the world, literally. I've met my heroes, I've met my enemies, and today on stream I'm going to tell you the entire story, where I've been, what I've been up to, some things that happened along the way. You'll be happy to know that we actually filmed the entire journey. Well, almost. We missed a little bit of the journey, unfortunately, but it got filmed, and maybe one day we will release the footage, but until now it's archival. So last time we spoke, I had just finished on the QSMP, just for the next few months. Said goodbye to Tallulah. Little Lula got her goodbye, and then I went off and I flew off to Nashville, Tennessee, and that was the last time you saw me, chat. I have not gotten a tan in that entire time. I've been in the sun, and I'm still pale as shit. God, this is a lot of moderators. I'm about halfway through the list now. So yeah, you see how pale I am. I'm still a pale, skinny boy. That did not change while in America. Actually, I gained a little bit of weight in America. Thank you, American cuisine. Dude, American cuisine is mental. I always find whenever I'm back in England, I miss American cuisine. And the minute I'm in America, I miss British cuisine. That's just how it is. And I know you guys are laughing like, British cuisine? What the fuck is British cuisine? You know what I mean. Like, bangers and mash. Full English breakfast. They've all been modded. We've modded everyone. So now, oh my god, all these fucking gifted subs. This chat is moving too quick. Melis Reigns Mitten, thank you for the 25. Holy shit, thank you for the walk. Is that 60,000 people? I did not know that many of you were... Bruh, I don't care. You know me. For those of you that know me, I'm not a big numbers guy. But like, there's really 60,000 of you who wanted to see me come back. That's fucking humbling as shit. The Garden of Eden, thank you for the 10. Holy fuck. I don't think I've hit those numbers in like... I think the last time I had this number was like the fucking Dream SMP when I read out the Crackety, you forget yourself. That was the last time I had those numbers. Holy fuck. Morgo Lavania, thank you for the 25. Oh, I've missed you too, chat. I'm always brought a bit speechless by the support you guys give me. Like, Holy shit. I don't know how I can give this back to you. I'm gonna... Wilbur, you forgot one. Please send me the name. Can I get Verlin Tots or Julie? Can you send me the name again? Please. Thank you. Ooh, road stories. Yes, I want to tell the entire journey around the continental United States and what I got up to. Okay, that's the person I missed. Sorry for missing one mod. There we go. All done. Bap. Okay. So, chat, let's just kick off. Should we just kick off the fucking stories? Should we kick off the fucking stories? I want to talk a little bit about QSMP as well, a bit afterwards, because I want to say my plans and what there is for the future. It's positive. I'm actually really excited to get back into the QSMP. We recently filmed Sorry with Phil, and literally me and Phil were just chatting about QSMP most of the time, much to Tommy's disgust. Me, Charlie, and Phil were just like, QSMP, and Tommy was like... I've got my big Pepsi bottle with Lionel Messi on it. There he is. What a legend. Holy shit. Thank you for the gifted. I'm gonna hide the view account if that's alright with you, chat, because it's a little bit scary. So we kick off by going to Nashville, Tennessee. Let me bring up my spreadsheet so I can give you the whole thing. Big things, chat. Big things are happening. I have a fucking 2 monitors now. I have a dual monitor setup. For the first time. For those of you that have followed me for years, you will know how big of a deal that is. Chat, you will know I've had one monitor and I've used my phone for chat all these years. For the first time ever, I have 2 monitors. I have 2 so I can read chat while playing a video game now. What do you mean finally? Chat, what do you mean finally? That was my quirk. That was my cool thing I had. Should I put on... Chat, do you want some music? Should I put on some music? Look, I can do it on my second monitor. Let's put on the El Clasico of what we want to listen to. Oh my god, I've just got fucking Skibbity Toilet. Oh my fucking recommended. That's Ash. That's Ash's doing, chat. Ash made everyone listen to Skibbity Toilet. Tell you what though, I'm gonna be real. Is that too loud, chat? I've got all my sound turned off. Tell me how the music sounds, chat. Give me a 1 if the music's too quiet, and a 2 if the music's too loud, and a 3 if it's just right. Bit of a Goldilocks experiment. It's here. Now get a 3rd monitor. No. 1, 3. Okay, everyone's saying it's just right. That's good enough for me. Again, just chat, just speak up if it gets too loud at any point. Too quiet's okay. So, yeah, Ash is obsessed with Skibbity Toilet. He's just been he watch on all our flights. He watches the entire thing from the get-go. I've seen it all. I've seen it all, and we wait in anticipation for the next update, the Lovejoy boys. I think it's only me and Ash that really care though, and Leandra. Leandra's a bit of a Skibbity Toileter. Oh my god, someone with the 5 that I missed. I'm so sorry. And Nevi with the 25 gifted subs. Holy shit, thank you. So yeah, I'm a fan actually of Skibbity Toilet. Hot take from the cringe boy, but I think that anything creative and interesting and kind of absurd and surreal that annoys people is great art. I think art should be slightly surreal, absurd, and annoy people. If you can do those things, you've made good art. Okay? Skibbity Toilet's art. You've heard it here first. Anyway, I'd like to talk about my American tour, and then we'll move on to talking about the QSMP and other things that have been happening in the world. And the Sorry Boys as well. We released a new video the other day. Yeah, if you don't subscribe to the Sorry Boys, check them out. Just search Sorry for... Wait, here's a guitar to help you see. I'm sick. That's the guitar on the floor. I'm 6'6", chat. Right? I'm a long boy, and I'm sat in the middle. I'm sat right in the center console of a 3-seater like row. Okay. Phil's is saying refresh chat. How about you shut up, Phil? Don't tell my chat what to do. Are you telling them they're cringe? What? What's that? Oh, you're saying oh, okay. I thought you was telling them to stop talking. Mrs. Gold 69, thank you for the 25. God, you managed my mum, Mrs. Gold. There she is. And Fruity Sushi, thank you for the, I think that was 25. And Sugar Cube Tyrant, thank you for the 10. Anyway, yeah, refresh, get everyone to refresh if I've looked like I've gone. Anyway, so I'm now in the middle of a 3-seat row. And I'm shitting myself because I know that at some point I'm going to need to stretch out my legs on this 9-hour flight. And also at some point I'm going to have to go to the fucking toilet. Thank you for the 10, Nether XD. I'm going to have to go take a big old shit at some point. And yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared of this flight. And immediately these two elderly women, they wouldn't mind me calling them elderly because that's how they're self-described, came in. And they come and they've got the thickest, deep sort of southern girl accent, and they're like, "Howdy, you want to? I think this is our seat." And they go and they and I go, "Oh, okay, absolutely." And I stand up, and then one of them sits to my left, and the other one sits to my right, and I immediately realize they're talking to each other. So I go, "Oh." Okay, do you want to swap places? I'm like, shall we swap? So then you can be next to your friend. And she goes, oh no, we're fine. We're fine like this. And I go, oh, okay, that's cool, I guess. Sure, let's just do it like this, shall we? So I'm in the middle, and these two elderly women are the most lovely people I could have ever been sat next to on a plane. They spend the entire time telling me about how they grew up, and obviously I'm a big American history fan, so like they tell me all about like their time growing up in the 60s and 70s. They remember JFK's assassination and shit, and they hated Trump, and they loved Clinton, they loved Obama, and they were like the most sort of left-wing liberal old women. And I was just having a great talk about history with them, and they just kept feeding me chocolate, chat. They had like in classic like lovely southern hospitality way, they constantly were just feeding me chocolate, right? All the time, right? And I was just sat there chowing down. I was just munching on chocolate whole flight. I had a nap at one point. I've never slept on a plane, but I hadn't slept the night before, so I fell asleep, and I woke up, and as I woke up, I immediately had her leaning over and passing me candy. And I was just like, oh, good morning. And she was telling, it was absolutely, and as we were landing into Nashville, it was like middle of the afternoon in Nashville, and she was looking out the window and pointing out all the stuff, because she's always lived in Tennessee. She was telling me all about all the mountains and stuff. She was absolutely lovely. And yeah, it was great. It was great landing into Nashville. As I was getting off the plane, I added them to the guest list of the Nashville show, and they were totally fine with it. They were like, hell yeah. They were like, hell yeah, we'll come. I was like, really? And they're like, yeah, we'll come. Now, for those of you that haven't been to a Lovejoy gig, it gets kind of jumpy. It's not, I mean, it depends on the venue. Sometimes you guys are very chill and you stand there quietly. I love playing to that crowd as well. I want to add, I do really love energetic crowds that sing all the lyrics and dance and have their own banter with me. That's my favorite, but I do love playing to the quiet ones as well. I really love it when I show up to a gig and you guys are just like listening quietly and singing along to all the songs that you love. That it's all great to me. Either way is great to me, right? But I basically invite these elderly women to the show, and they're like, "Fuck yeah!" So I'm like, "Okay, sick." I get into Nashville. Nashville is crazy. It's so bustling. I was expecting it to be really deep south. I guess it's because it's the city, though. It felt like surprisingly chill. Like I later on, as I'll tell you about in the tour, I did go to the deep south, and I did get to see how southern America can get. But Nashville felt pretty progressive. Nashville was very cool, and it was quite trendy actually. And some of the boys went out on a night out in Nashville, and they went to like, I want to get your opinion on this, chat. If any of you are from the South, I need your opinion on this. They went to a honky-tonk bar, right? Now, sorry if you're not from the South or you're from Europe and you're like, what the fuck is he talking about right now? Just bear with me, right? I need to know this. If you're from the South, tell me about this. So, the band, Sans, all go to this honky-tonk, right? Wait, is that Pyro? Did you just... Was that Pyrocynical with 100 gifted subs? Why does it say 100 gifted Pyrocynical? Fucking hell, man. If that's true. Hey, man, how's it going? I watched your new video and I was waiting with bated breath to see my cameo, and fucking hell, you put me fucking 3 hours in, you bastard. Fuck you. No, it was a great video. I really enjoyed it. It actually inspired my D&D campaign. I looked up the wiki for the game and read through loads of the missions. It was loads of inspiration for my D&D. Thank you for including me. If that is Pyrocynical, anyone can put any name they want, I think, on the gifted subs. But yeah, either way, we're at a honky-tonk. If you're from the South, listen up, because I need your opinion. For those of you that don't know, honky-tonk is like a bar where people go and they dance around, and there's like incredibly talented musicians all playing absolutely sick, like amazing country music. Like, they are just like the most talented motherfuckers you've ever seen, right? Like, it was kind of like, it was worrying knowing that we had to play a gig in the same city the next day, because I was like, oh god, if everyone in Nashville's a fucking incredible musician like this, we're fucked. Anyway, the boys all go, sans me, to a honky tonk, and it's like they're asking for recommendations, right? And at one point, Joe goes up and he's like, I want to do a recommendation. Joe's a massive Johnny Cash fan, right? He goes up and he says for the recommendation, he puts $5 in the cup and he says, can we get Ring of Fire? And the guy goes, yeah, you sure? And he goes, yes, I want Ring of Fire. And he goes, okay. And they start playing Ring of Fire, and everyone leaves the dance floor, right? And Joe is on his own, dancing on the dance floor. Everyone goes and sits down, and there's a woman across the bar, sits here like this. Just fucking shaking her head at Joe. And we have conspiracy theories. We don't understand why this happened. If anyone's from the South, please explain why. Is it like a Johnny Cash thing? Joe came up with the conclusion that this might be like a cool country club, a country like bar, you know, for like cool, like it's like for like law-abiding country music, and like Johnny Cash is like a criminal country or something. I don't know. It was weird. We tried to look it up. I'm from the South and I don't know. Probably because Johnny Cash is the most tourist thing. That's the thing. They were playing other mainstream country music. It was just they weren't playing Johnny Cash. So she's just a Karen. No, but they were all pissed off. Probably because he's British. Look, okay, you don't bring xenophobia in. I don't think they knew Joe was British. I'm from Nashville and I don't know. Okay. Is this some kind of conspiracy? Did we go to some weird honky-tonk where they hate Johnny Cash? What is that about? I don't think the Southerners like Johnny Cash. Oh, okay. Johnny Cash is overplayed, maybe too mainstream. See, that's what I was saying, but apparently no. Oh, thank you for the $20. Ocubler, thank you for the $20. Yeah, it's not respected. It's probably just because he's British. Okay, so I'm getting you're making me not like Nashville, guys. What the hell? I thought it was just friendliness. I thought it was just it was like criminal country. It was a word I heard thrown around. I don't know if that's a thing. But anyway, so we played the show in Nashville, and you'll never guess who fucking turns up. It's your girls, the two on the plane. They're fucking there. They're fucking there. At the end of the show, I say, look, I invited 2 people from the plane. If they're here, can you speak up? And I hear these 2 people at the back go, "Wah!" And it's fucking them. They came. Legends. Anyway, we couldn't stay in Nashville for long after that. So we hopped on the bus, which, by the way, the bus this time I much preferred. The bus is sick. Let me tell you about our crew, who I'm actually seeing in 2 days. Oh, for those of you that don't know, I'm flying out to Chicago. literally not tomorrow, the next day, on Monday. Oh, Tuesday, sorry. I'm flying out to Chicago for Lollapalooza. So, yeah. I don't really stop, chat. I'm sorry. But yeah, the American tour group, we have Ben, who does he's our tour manager. He is absolutely sick. He's so cool, and we were all I don't know if Ben even knew this, so apologies Ben if you're finding out this first time. We were all calling him Handsome Ben because he's just an incredibly handsome man. He's always wears these sleeveless shirts with these tattoos, and he's just always got this massive grin, and he's Wilbur stay-at-home challenge failed. Makes it sound like I'm on a house arrest. But yeah, Ben is sick, and he always does this thing where he'll like walk in, and the way he'll like try and get everyone's attention, he'll just go and we love it, and he always goes, classic is this thing. Anyway, we had Ben, we had John, who's like this rugged rugged like West Coast, Northwest, Pacific West, Pacific Northwest, there we go, I got it in the end, Pacific Northwestern American, red-blooded. He loves nature and going on hikes, and he's all about preservation of like, you know, American like the freedom to roam and go through the national parks and stuff. That's John. He's the sound guy. We have DD, who's the exact opposite end. He's East Coast. He's this absolutely lovely guy. He was my go-to for just opinions on the show, because no matter what, he would just come to me and be like, oh man, Wilbur, that note you held at the end of Sex Cells, brilliant. I'd be like, oh, Dee, thank you so much. We had Michael, the lighting guy, who, by the way, remember all these names, they're coming up. We had Michael, the lighting guy, who literally didn't say much to me the entire tour until right at the end, and I'll tell the story because it's very funny. But Michael was just based. He just got on with it and was just nice, and he just carried on and just vibed around. And then on the trumpets, Lou Hatev, thank you for the 5. On the trumpets, we had my boy Alan, who we all love and miss, and we're so excited to see in a couple of days. Alan is just great. There's no special unique quirk to Alan that I can tell you for like story reasons. Obviously, there are unique quirks to Alan, but nothing that's like a story worth telling. The best thing about Alan is he's just so good at vibing out with us. He's such a good vibe, and he fits in with the band so well. We love Alan. You're going to hear a lot more about Alan going forward in the future. We don't want to lose Alan. If you're hearing that, Alan, ask for more money. Lumiescent Luna, I think, with the 5. Anyway, we hop on the bus, and I get the little special room with a desk, which is useful because we have to edit some sorry videos, which doesn't go very well. We very quickly learn, me and Elodie, that Elodie's there. I forgot to mention, Elodie is doing camera. Sylph Sagewing, thank you for the 10. Elodie is doing camera on the journey. She's there, and she's also editing the sorry videos. Anyway, we hop on the bus, and we head off to Atlanta, Georgia. And now, I've never been to Atlanta, Georgia. I've never been to Tennessee either. And I was very surprised to see how just huge it was. I was expecting like a bit of a city. No, this was a fucking metropolis. It's just loads of skyscrapers, and I was playing Shaky Knees Festival which feels like a fucking year ago, but it was only a month and a half ago. Yeah, we were playing. Sorry if I'm missing your gifted subs, by the way. I'm struggling to keep up. I'm suffering from success right now, but thank you. If you're sending gifted subs, Kasu Meekin, thank you for the 5. Anyway, we get to Atlanta, Georgia, and we basically we have a little walk around the festival, get to know it, and then we go off. We had to go to bed, and we wake up the next day to play this festival slot. We're playing 2 p.m. on main stage. We get out there, 3,500 people show up according to security, and I'm shitting myself because that's the most people I've ever performed for, right? I would like to add as well, I've got a spreadsheet of all of the shows that we've played, and that fucking spreadsheet I want to share because I'll share it after our final tour of this year, the Wake Up and It's Over tour. But currently, this year alone, we have sold 62,700 tickets, which is ridiculous. The fact that you guys that's more than the people who are watching this stream right now. That is... Wait, is it? Yeah, that is 10,000 more. That is ridiculous, chat. To the idea that I could even sell 1,000 tickets, let alone 62 times that amount, and that we're not even finished yet. We've got like 20 more shows to go. I can't thank you enough. And that money all goes back into making our shows bigger and better. And we hope that next time we play a tour, we can have a fucking massive screens and shit. You guys are amazing, and I'm trying to pay it forward as much as I can. I'm sorry, I'm just so busy. Anyway, we show up to this show. Also, that number I ascertain through Wilbertism. Thank you for the 5. That number I ascertain through asking security guards at festivals as well. So festivals, it's one of those times where you can like walk in, you can like come and go as you please. I ask security guards after like, how many people do you think were there? And they're normally pretty good. And like the tour manager sometimes can help. That's how I figure out the numbers for those shows. Anyway, we play the show in Atlanta. We play a short show because it's our first time and we're very scared playing main stage in front of all these people that have shown up. And so we only play a short one. I think we had a 40-minute slot and we played 32 minutes. Like that's kind of a piss take, and I'm sorry. We should have played longer. But I look back at that and I'm like, yeah, I was so scared, and I knew I had a whole tour ahead of me. I couldn't be blowing out my voice in the first fucking show, like the second show of the tour. So yeah, we only did a short one that time, but it went really well. And I immediately, that's clickbait, fuck off. And I immediately got to then go and watch The Killers, the fucking Killers, one of my favorite bands of my life, like growing up, were playing on the exact same stage a couple hours after us. Brandon Flowers, the lead singer of The Killers, was stood right where I was stood a few hours earlier, singing into the same microphone stand that I was singing into. Brandon Flowers, I know you ain't here, you can't hear me, but bro, that was a fucking honor. I wish I could have met him afterwards. That would have been so great if I'd met him. And The Killers, they put on a great show. They played so long, they cut the audio on them because they were playing too long. So we had to sing the remainder of the songs for them. But yeah, that was cool. I got to see Muse play the next day. Muse were absolutely sick. Since seeing them live, I've found a newfound love for them. I've always loved their first 2 albums, and I never really enjoyed their later ones, like after Black Holes and Revelations. I never really got into them. Seeing them live, though, they were incredible. Me and Ash were taking the piss out of them the whole time, but like, unironically, they were really good. And it's found me a newfound appreciation. I've been listening to loads of Muse recently again. And the Front Bottoms. I met the Front Bottoms on that same day that I saw Muse, and the Front Bottoms were absolutely incredible. I think I was the only one in the crowd singing every single fucking word of their songs. And yeah, afterwards I managed to sneak backstage. I wasn't allowed back there, but I managed to pressure a security person to let me back there. And I caught Brandon Flowers backstage, and I was such a little fanboy. I went up to him and I obviously asked him if it was okay if he could have a chat, and he was like, yeah, absolutely. I told him I just played main stage and how much of a fan I was of him and like all of his work, and he immediately said, yeah man, thank you for singing all the lyrics. He was like pointing, he was like, yeah, great job, like I saw you. And I was like, by the way, for those of you that are going to shows, just know that if you know all the words to our songs and you're singing every single word, I see you. We can see you on stage, and we fucking love you. If you're in the crowd shouting every lyric back and dancing and really putting your all good, like sweating and throwing yourself around, man, we see you, and we're playing for you. We're playing to you. Something I did love, by the way, that I've never spoken about was in France on the last tour. I don't know what it is about the French, but you guys are so intimate in shows. Like, I didn't feel like I was playing to you, like performing. I felt like I was performing with you. Like, I saw people in the crowd like turning and singing to their friends. That's fucking sick, man. I loved that. It felt like it was a party and I was invited. It felt like people were singing my lyrics to each other in the fucking crowd. They weren't singing at me, they were singing to each other. It was so sweet. I saw like couples dancing with each other. It felt like I was invited to a little party. Good job, France. You're the only people I've seen do that so far. Good job, France. That's your accolade from me. I'll never say anything nice about you again, so make the most of it. Yeah, so I do have a story though at Atlanta. We went back to this hotel and we walk in and Mark is downstairs. He's on his like millionth beer or something. He's drunk as fuck, and he's downstairs in the bar of this hotel, and there's this lady who's just like sat with him, like this like older lady, like southern, like she's from Georgia, I expect, and she's like chatting to Mark, and Mark's just like drunk as fuck, just like yeah, and she's like patting him on the knee and shit, and we're like, Mark, who's this fucking woman? He's just like, oh, this is Deborah. And I'm just like, Mark, who's Deborah? Now, for those of you that don't know Mark, he is just the most Labrador golden retriever motherfucker in the world. He's like the opposite of the rest of the band. Like, Ash is all cynical and grumpy. Joe is just always a little bit tired. You know, I'm saying I don't see these as downsides. I love this about us. I'm like a little mean-spirited prick who like fucking judges too hard sometimes. Mark is just a golden retriever. He doesn't half say some stupid shit sometimes, but my man is just constantly befriending every human being in the world, right? And this woman is just like, it's just like falling in love with Mark. And Mark's, I'm not saying Mark's being like romantic or sexual with her, but he's just like made a new friend for life with this woman, right? And she's the bartender at this bar, and so she's just getting free drinks for Mark. So that's why Mark is completely drunk as fuck. Is because she's just getting Mark as much drink as he wants. Constantly bringing him beer for free, I assume. I don't know if he paid, but so we're all sat down and we're all having a laugh with this lady and Mark, and then this woman walks in and goes, "Is there a Mark in here?" And Mark goes, "Yep," and we're like, "What the fuck?" And she goes, "What did you do to my boyfriend's Tesla?" And Mark goes, "That Tesla was stained when I got there," and we're like, Who the fuck is who is this? And Mark's just like, hold on guys, I need to deal with this. We're like, Mark, what have you been doing? Like, where have you been? Like, we look away from Mark for 5 minutes and he's gotten a fucking enemy in Atlanta, Georgia. And she's going like, are you the Mark that fucked up my boyfriend's Tesla? And he's like, no, that Tesla was fucked before we got in. And she's like, really? Because that's not what he says. And Mark's like, no, for real, we didn't fuck it. And I'm there like, what? And I'm like, Mark, when did you get in a man's Tesla? Like, when did this happen? And he was like, oh, it was an Uber. And I'm like, okay, and who is and he's like, oh, I don't even know if it's the same person. And I'm like, and you're just talking to this person? And he's like, yeah, she came in looking for Mark. What do you mean she came in looking for Mark? What, like, did you not say like, oh, my name's Mark, but I don't know if you're talking to me? No, he just goes, yeah. He just goes, yeah, that's me. I'm Mark. I'm Mark who stayed in the Tesla. No, Mark, that's not how the world works. You don't... Anyway, turns out she wasn't even looking for that guy. She was looking for someone completely different, but Mark being Mark was just like, yeah, that's me. I stay in the Tesla. And we almost got in a fucking fight because Mark was just drunk and like, yeah, man. He was just like, yeah, man. That's how it goes. Fucking. Oh. Anyway, we move on from Atlanta, Georgia, and we head off to Dallas, Texas. Oh, Dallas, Texas. That was a crazy show. It was boiling hot. And I needed some new clothes already because I'd only packed like 3 items of clothing for the entire tour because I'm a fucking idiot. And I was like, oh, I'll just buy some when I'm out there, not realizing how annoying that is to actually do in practice, go out and buy clothes in every city you go to. So, yeah, if you get lag, by the way, chat, it's okay. If you refresh, it should go. But anyway, we show up in Dallas. Dallas had probably one of the most exciting crowds for this leg so far. It was really fun. And I decided to go out and go thrift shopping, and I immediately found a shirt that said Kennedy for President. Come on, chat. I'm a presidential shirt guy. I love shirts with presidents on. And this one had Kennedy on it, and I'm in Dallas, Texas. It's a no. Oh, that was a bit of a faux pas. It's a no-brainer. It's a given. It's a given. That's better wording. It's a given. It's a given to wear a Kennedy shirt in Dallas, Texas. I can't say it's a no-brainer or a. Yeah, you get the idea though. It's easy. You know. to wear a Kennedy shirt. So I wore the Kennedy shirt. It's also where I got my red fleece that I wore in my Genius interview, which I'm gonna get to that Genius interview. Don't worry. Yeah, and that was a great show. And afterwards, I decided I was gonna meet every single one of you. It's quite rare for me to do that. I want to say I see a lot of people on the subreddit, especially the Lovejoy. If you don't follow the subreddit, it's r/Lovejoy band. It's I check it quite a lot. That's my like go-to for like seeing, you know, Lovejoy related stuff. Because Twitter's fun. I use Twitter too, but Twitter is more for like finger on the pulse kind of what's people saying about Lovejoy right now, you know. Whilst the Reddit is a bit more like a long-term discussion about Lovejoy, which I really enjoy reading. But anyway, I saw people on the Reddit being like, does Will come out and talk after shows? The truth is, chat, I've talked about this before, but I'll talk about it again. SkaterGamer69, thank you for the 5. I've talked about it before, but I'll talk about it again. I would love to go and meet all of you every show. It's just, there's two things that get in the way. Playing a show in itself is very emotionally draining. As you can imagine, I'm sure. I don't go out on stage and phone it in. You know, I don't go on stage and like take a bunch of drugs so I don't know where I am. You know, I'm sober always. I think I drank too much wine once on a Europe show, and I made a joke out of it the whole time because I kept missing notes. And Nefel, thank you for the 20. I kept missing notes and shit, but normally I'm completely sober and I'm giving it my fucking all. It's very emotionally draining. The way I describe it to people is if you've ever had to give a big apology to someone, it's like doing that every night. The music's too loud, someone said. I'll turn it down a little bit. Yeah, it's like doing that every single night, going out and giving yourself to a crowd, right? To then go and meet every single one of them, as much as I'd love to, and whenever I do get the chance to, I always cherish it. But like, it's really emotionally draining to then have to go and meet all these people when all I want to do is curl in a ball and fall asleep. You know what I mean? One day I'll get better at it, I'm sure. The other reason is a bit more of a simple reason. This is the one that is probably way more valid in my opinion, is that I just don't want to get sick. I have such a weak immune system recently. This is actually the longest time I've gone without being sick in a while. But normally my immune system's absolute trash. And going and meeting people after a show is just a fucking petri dish. I'm sure you're all very healthy, but for the one of two of you that are carrying something that you don't even know about, like you may not be feeling ill yet, I go and I shake your hand, I give you a hug, I take a picture with you, you breathe on me, I'm suddenly, that's the tour fucked. And that's gonna come up later on, the illness. So, we play Dallas, it's great. I meet some great people. I meet some people who are very important and who maybe one day I'll get to tell the story about. But anyway, they know who they are. We then go up to Austin. Now this one's funny for all you stat lovers in the Lovejoy stat community. This show in Austin, aside from Los Angeles, which I don't count because we played almost our entire discography in Los Angeles, this show in Austin is the last time we played Oh Yeah, You're Gonna Cry live. We did play it in Los Angeles badly, but that was because we played almost every song. Yeah, in Austin, it was great. It was open air, so it was outdoors, which was really nice. It was really nice to be outside in the heat of like May in Texas. Yeah, there's not really much to say. I would like to add as well, after Atlanta, we got Crywank rejoining us. Now, Crywank J, they are one of my biggest inspirations of all time. Almost every song of theirs I can play on guitar. Just like I just off by heart, to the point where they were trying to ask me to like prove it, and I did. I played so many Crywank songs for them like in person, and I was, even if I had the confidence, I never did get the confidence sadly, but I was going to go and perform a rendition of one of their songs live on stage with them. Jay Crywank is one of the single sweetest and funniest human beings. I cannot say, I'm such a little socially anxious person, so I would never say this to their face, but holy fuck, Crywank J is absolutely a stupendous human being and deserves all the attention and love and success. Chris Me Quick, thank you for the 10. All the attention, love and success you can offer. So if you've never listened to Crywank's music and you're into sad guitar acoustic folk music, all 50,000 of you, I need you to go and check out Cryowank, okay? If you don't know them already. If you do know them, you'll be pleased to know you can meet your heroes because they are absolutely a fucking marvelous person. Cryowank was there for the entirety of the tour. They were on the bus with us, and I was really worried about this at first because I was thinking, what if we just don't get on? You know? What if we're sharing this bus for a month straight, going through a country that to a lot of places I've never been before, and we just do not click? But we did, and it was absolutely amazing. So we left Austin. Well, I hung around in Austin to hang out with my friend Ben, who runs the Urban Rescue Ranch. Got to stay at the Urban Rescue Ranch for a while. If you've seen the picture of me with the capybaras, that's from that time. Seaflopod, thank you for the 5. That's from that time, was the Urban Rescue Ranch. Ben is wonderful. If you don't watch the Urban Rescue Ranch videos, I'd recommend it. He's great. We then moved on to Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona. Well, oh my god, I've missed a step. Rewind. The time between Austin and the time between Dallas and Atlanta. We went to Jacksonville, Mississippi, the proper deep south, right? Now, everyone I met in Mississippi was absolutely lovely. I loved everyone I met. But Jacksonville, Mississippi is a area that is suffering quite a lot. And it was quite scary as a British boy from, you know, I lived in East London for a bit, but aside from like some of the things I saw living around Stratford and Deptford and Lewisham, I've never really had to grapple with like an economic problem in a community, I guess. And Jacksonville had quite a lot of it. Every Uber driver we had bullet holes through the window. There were more guns than I've ever seen. It was swelteringly hot, humid. Our hotel was full of cockroaches. It was a fascinating time, and there's a part of me that really wants to go back there and perform a show, just because I feel like that area is skipped over a lot. It's a bit of like a drop-in area for people on tour, and I feel like I'd like to go and give the people of Mississippi a show. You know, if I could, come on, chat. For those of you in the chat saying yucky and like yikes and what, you need to understand it's an economic thing. It's you know, I'm a posh privileged British kid, and it's an economic thing that they can't help. But it was a bit of a moment for me. I was very shocked at, like, because obviously I've seen that stuff on TV and things. But I'll be honest, I had a really nice time. They had a really nice pool. I had a really nice swim. It was like I was in a Best Western in Jacksonville, and it was just I had a really good swim in the pool. We went to a Chuck E. Cheese. I went to a Chuck E. Cheese, chat. Oh my god, I forgot about the fucking Chuck E. Cheese. I went to a Chuck E. Cheese in Jacksonville, Mississippi, and they did not give me a menu. I went in and the entire thing stunk of piss, like children peeing. And we went in, me, Ash, and Elodie, thinking it would be really funny to go into a Chuck E. Cheese. Completely didn't think about the idea that maybe it's a place for children and just not an establishment. Walked in. Said, Wilbur, my mum is watching. Can you please swear less? Fuck no. I went. Hello, your mother. How is your mother? How are you doing? I went into this Chuck E. Cheese and sat down. I sat down, got a table, and they were serving. The waiting staff were going around and serving all of the kids and all of the families, and they kept looking at us and just walking past. We went up to the counter to go and order, and they walked away from the counter. They were not serving us. They were not. They just saw these British kids walking into this Jacksonville, Mississippi Chuck E. Cheese, and they went, no, not doing it. They were like, not dealing with it. We had a camera. They were like, we're not dealing with this bullshit. We weren't filming the children, chat, before you say it. The camera was off, but we did still have a camera. And it was like, they were just like, no fucking way am I fucking dealing with these people. You have to have a child to be served? Is that true, chat? Someone said you have to have a child to be served in Chuck E. Cheese. Is that actually true? No, come on, be real. Says who? Okay, someone. Whew. But yeah, Chuck E. Cheese, I've got the shits for you. Is that the right word? You're in my shit list. Fuck you, Chuck E. Cheese. I'm going back to that. If you're in Jacksonville, Mississippi, Chuck E. Cheese, I'm fucking watching you. Anyway, we then headed on out to Phoenix, Arizona, which was swelteringly hot. Now, you guys will know Phoenix, Arizona as the last place I streamed. That stream I did, that's Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix was great. I briefly fell in love with a woman in a shop who I instantly started talking to about music and then never saw again. And I still think of you, shop woman in Phoenix, Arizona, if you're watching, if you're a beautiful cashier. Aside from that, Phoenix, Arizona was a lot of fun. It's Phoenix. I was really excited for because there's a part of me that's always wanted to stay for like a long time in Phoenix. Potentially, a part of me was like, I want to see if I would live there. But the problem is, I think it was just kind of California too. I know a lot of people in Arizona would beat the shit out of me for saying that, but like it was great. I had some really good Mexican food. But it was just California too, and that's great. I love California, but it was just swelteringly hot desert. West Coast, well, not West Coast, but Western United States. You know what I mean? Way hotter. Not for me, man. Maybe I was there in a bit of a cold spell, but it only reached like 97 degrees, which is a lot. But then I went to Los Angeles where it was like 102, so it felt kind of just kind of California. Tucson. I would like to go to Tucson. Tucson sounds sick. But yeah, the area I was in Phoenix was really fun. I don't know. For part of me, still really I'm kind of infatuated by Phoenix still. I don't know why. The idea of just building a fucking city in a desert is just kind of sick. Anyway, we then left Phoenix and went to San Diego. San Diego was a weird one. I slept till like 3 in the afternoon, got up for sound check in San Diego, and then went back to bed. Oh no, San Diego was one of my worst shows. I had the crowd was sick. You were sick, San Diego. Thank you so much. But I tried to play La Jolla, which is a town near San Diego. I have a song called La Jolla from my solo album, and I decided it would be a miss if I didn't play the song La Jolla in San Diego. So I decided to play it, and chat, I completely fucking forgot how to play La Jolla. I was stood there on stage. Let me give you a simulation. I was like this, chat. I was like, all right, everyone. It was this exact guitar. Like, here's the sticker written by DD. DD wrote this. It went like this, chat. All right, I'm gonna play you a little acoustic song. I absolutely love San Diego, and I feel like I should play you this song. Here you go. This song is called La Jolla. And then I went, does anyone have the tabs on their phone? Someone passes me their phone, I hold it, I play it, and it's wrong. So then I stand there again going... oh. Chat, I'm gonna be real with you. This is a Wilbur real moment. This is a little glimpse into the world of a performing artist. I had a massive panic attack after that show. I don't have them very often anymore, panic attacks. I used to suffer from them quite a lot growing up, but I had a proper full-on, couldn't be in the same room as people. It was like, how many people were at that show? That was 700, right? I went off the stage and I got in the lift, and the security were really nice. They let me through, and I just went and I laid down on the sofa and I just wished the ground would swallow me. Being stood there for like a solid 5 to 10 minutes, just completely fumbling. Like, it was like the length of 2 songs it took for me to finally give up and bring the band back on stage. And oh man, it sucked. It really sucked. It was the band were all very nice. They kind of left me alone during that period, but like, holy shit, man. After that, I didn't play any acoustic songs for a while on stage because I was nervous. I think the next time I did it was No, I think I did it in Los Angeles. I don't remember. I had to have some time off. But anyway, no time to panic, because then we went off to Los Angeles for my biggest show ever. Literally, it was 2,340 people, right? So ignoring it, like, so I don't count the festival numbers because they're a bit like hit and miss. People come and go at festivals, you know. So ignoring the festival, ignoring Shaky Knees, this was my biggest show. This was the whole band. We were all very nervous. It was at the Novo in Los Angeles. It was the highlight. It was like the peak moment of the tour for a lot of us. It wasn't our biggest show of the whole tour, but it was like, for us in our head, it was like that was like the first big one, right, for the tour. We get there, and it's a great stage, huge. There's like cameras everywhere. There's probably the majority of you who came to see us live and who are watching right now probably were at that show if you were at any show. Misty Lovejoy, thank you for the 10 gifted subs, great name. So we played, and it was by far our best show. I had all my friends there. It was, Quackity came, and he fucking loved it. It was spectacular. It was a really, really great night. And we had Ted there, Ted Niverson. He watched it, and he got to see Portrait of a Blank Slate live, which he would then be directing a music video for the next day. It was sick. It was absolutely spectacular. And I had a really good time, and we nailed it. I think if you want to watch back any Lovejoy shows, watch back the ones from the Novo in Los Angeles. We're pretty happy with that. We've had some better gigs for like performance-wise, but for like energy and like performance as well, it was pretty fucking good. And I would recommend to go and have a look at that if you're interested in seeing how we are live. Anyway, Los Angeles, I recorded my Genius interview. Now, I don't know how many of you have seen the Genius interview that I did for the song Call Me What You Like, but let's say, chat, I was a little bit hungover on... well, not hungover, but I was on a bit of a... my brain wasn't entirely there, is all I'm going to say. And I showed up in the California heat at about 9 a.m. to this studio, and they were all so lovely, the Genius crew. They walked me through, and I was unsure if I was going to be able to do it. I was having a bit of a brain moment, and I get through to the area we're filming, and there's a big yellow screen, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is it. I was like, this is the moment. I've seen so many Genius interviews. I'm now going to sit in this chair, and I'm going to have to do the thing. And I sit down, and I go, hi, I'm Wilbur Soot, and this song's called Call Me What You Like. And I proceed to sit there going, and they're like, right, so can you give us the song? And they're expecting me to go, I never was a fan of the internet. Never felt as safe in my own head. But instead I go up and I go, I never was a fan of the internet. She never felt that safe in her own head. Chat, my brain's fried. I don't know what the terms and conditions are talking about on Twitch, but I was having a bit of a having a moment, and I still did it, and it went pretty well. I still can't imagine me going, and you could kiss the skin from my lips if it makes you feel good on the fucking front of the yellow screen. I think that would have been so cringe. I'm kind of glad I just talked the words. But holy shit, man. I literally came out of the room and I was like, did I actually do that? I was like, did that happen? Drunk, but I wasn't drunk, chat. Don't worry. Yeah, I was literally came out of the room. I was like, did that fucking happen? But anyway, we then drove to San Francisco, and this was a mixed bag for me to be in San Francisco. I'd spent the majority of this tour hanging out with, not the majority, but like I'd spent a little bit of the tour chatting to Marshall, Techno Dad, and I was very excited to see him for this show in San Francisco, because San Francisco was the last place I hung out with Technoblade. me and your boy chilled out and had a really nice time in San Francisco. And to be back there was a bit of a mixed bag for me, because Techno had passed, and I would have loved to have him to be at this show. That was the obvious one. The next one was Techno Dad actually couldn't come in the end. He felt very ill, but he managed to get some of the merch, which was good. And in his place, Techno's extended family and friends were still there. And then on top of that, we were losing Elodie. Elodie was going home, which we were really sad about because she'd been with us the whole time, and we were just feeling really melancholy. Hold on, I can show you a video clip of the beginning of the San Francisco show. I have a video clip for you on a hard drive. It's all of us fucking miserable because it wasn't like miserable like we didn't want to play. We were so excited to play San Francisco, and Jay Crywank was in a great mood. He loved San Francisco, but all of us were just kind of like melancholic because we were all in our own heads. Let me find you the video. Hold on. It's on this hard drive. It's on this hard drive. It's on this computer. On this hard drive. Give me a moment, chat. Give me a moment, chat. Oh, this computer's logged into X. X, the new social media X. How many of you love X? What a fucking joke. Anyway, let me find it. It's the last day, right? I think. Just a cog in the machine. Okay, here we go. So I don't know how much of this you can see, friends, but here we go. This is just a cog in the machine. This is Joe warming up. Crisis in Clonkaminkus. Let me see if I can find you the clip of us all being miserable. That wasn't very miserable, I'm aware. We were having a bad time. But here we go. It's the last day of being filmed by Elodie. She's leaving, even though we're going to carry on for another month.
I'll be back for New York.
Great. You're only gonna miss everything. Get Alan. Get Alan's lovely keys. There's so much of that footage. One day we'll release it. We were saying how we kind of, for those of you that are watching that footage and thinking, wow, I want to watch all of that now. I will add, we aren't sure if/when we're going to release any of that footage. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of very personal to us, I guess. Might be the wrong word. It's like, it's so, maybe one day if we release it, it'll be as a proper documentary. We'll like edit it properly, professionally and stuff. But it's, yeah, it's that footage is so like close to my heart. I'm glad I have it all. Anyway, we played San Francisco and it went really well. And Techno's mother baked us cookies and they were absolutely lovely. It was really nice. It was a really nice show in the end. We then drove up to Portland. Halfway to Portland, we visited Medford, Oregon. Which, by the way, I want to mention something. Americans, why do you all hate other places so much? Like, I can think of a couple places in England I hate. I hate Hull. Sorry if you're from Hull. I really didn't like Hull when I was there. The gig was fine. But there's like very few places in England and like the United Kingdom that I actively hate. Nottingham, I was called slurs quite a lot, but that's kind of it. That's kind of the only places I have a bad taste with, are Hull and Nottingham, right? But yet, in America, you all hate everywhere else, but like not even in a fun way. Like I take the piss out of Birmingham in a fun way. I don't hate Birmingham. I've had a pretty good time every time I've gone to Birmingham, but it's fun to take the piss out of it because that's just people from the black country are like that. They like taking the piss out of themselves, like Wolverhampton area and things. But it's like in America, you guys all genuinely hate each other. Like when I was in Medford, I was talking to my Uber driver. I was like, I'm really excited to go to Portland. And he was like, don't fucking be. It fucking sucks there. It's just full of homeless people and people will mug you and you're gonna get shot. I was like, what the fuck? I go to fucking Portland and I'm like, I've just come from Medford. It was really nice. Everyone's like, oh, more like Methford. More like fucking Medford. A bunch of hillbillies, a bunch of hicks. I'm just like, what the? You are not joking, chat. I've had Uber drivers and people in shops and just random people I've met in America genuinely vitriolically hate other parts of America with a fucking passion, and it's all politics. It's all down to fucking politics and demographics. Can you guys just get along, please? It's not the old white men. I saw someone say it's the old white men. It's not. It's all of you. Just get on. Just get along. Just figure it out. You know what I mean. You just all don't like each other. And like, I get it. When the policies of some of those places are trying to fuck you guys over, I get it. But it was just like so scary because I was always constantly imagining the next place I was going to be stabbed or like shot. I was told awful things about everywhere. Yeah, I mean, okay, I gotta tell you the story of this one in Austin. It was an Uber driver driving us from Waco, and I'm not going to give my opinion on this Uber driver because he was very political. He had a lot to say about politics, and I'm not here to start a political conversation. But I did have a political conversation with the gentleman in the car, and he was very different to my politics, quite absurdly in the other direction of my politics, which was quite fun to listen to at first. I was quite enjoying the conversation. I like hearing what people have to say about the other side, you know, why people think the way they do. This man didn't really have much to say, he just appeared to be a little bit intolerant as to why he was politically the other side. So I ended up putting my headphones in and stopping talking to him. But before I put my headphones in and stopped talking to him, he told me a fucking terrifying story. So he grew up in Louisiana. He was quite an elderly man, and he grew up in Louisiana. This is a trigger warning, by the way, for animal cruelty. So I would mute. I'm going to do this with my finger when you can unmute. Okay. So we were driving, and he starts talking to me about where he grew up in Louisiana, and he's saying, "Oh yeah, we have such a gator problem out there. We had a massive gator problem." And I'm like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah. I still remember. I went camping with my friend. This was 1960. We went camping with my friend." And I was taking a piss in the swamp, and he comes up to me and he goes, "Man, you're so brave pissing near all those gators, John." And I'm like, "What gators?" And he's like, "There," and he points, and there's just hundreds of gators in the swamp. And obviously me and Joe are like, "Oh, that's a great story. How funny. You almost got your dick bitten off by an alligator. That's a really funny story." And he goes, Yeah. And he goes, "So we decided we were going to stop. We were going to put an end to this. So I went down to the local pet shop and I adopted a kitty cat." And I went, "Okay." And he went, "And then I threw it in the swamp and I've tied a rope around it, and the minute an alligator got it, I pulled it and I shot the alligator with a 12 gauge. Pardon moi? Pardon me? He was like, "Yeah, I shot it in the head with a 12 gauge, I cut open the alligator, and the kitty cat was still alive." What the fuck? I was just there like, "Oh, okay." And I literally said to him, "Why didn't you like go to a butcher or something and like just get some meat?" And he goes, "It wouldn't have been the same." What do you mean? What do you mean it wouldn't be the same? We're done. But holy fuck. Holy shit. Jesus. Anyway, moving on. Sorry about that. I just had to tell someone that story because I still don't believe it happened. Anyway, we then go to Portland, and it was fine. Portland was a really difficult gig. There was no air conditioning. There was no green room. The green room was a bench outside, out the back. There was no showers, so we had to go and book a hotel to get cleaned up and stuff. The food there was poor. It was probably the worst food I'd had on the trip was in Portland. But Portland itself was fun. I'm going to do the finger again. Wait, I need my glasses. Do the fucking... Actually, the cat going, "That's me." Oh, it's the dog, right? Going, "That's me, I'm the dog." Anyway, Portland was nice in itself, but I just didn't have a very great time. Anyway, we then approached Seattle. Chat, This is where I started to get really ill. Seattle, we arrive, and I'm, like, coughing up just chunks. I'm just having a really shit time. My body is on fucking lockdown. My body is, like, trying to fucking pump gunk out of every orifice. And I've got to go... Now, chat, I don't know how many of you sing, but I think you'll be aware that singing with phlegm is not a good idea. You want to get rid of the phlegm, usually. And I have a big tube I blow into for a few hours, and that normally loosens all the gunk, and then I start warming up my voice after that. This was not loosening the gunk. And turns out we book a doctor. He comes in, he checks me out. Turns out I have acute laryngitis. Or a throat infection, simply. And I'm struggling to sing. So we're then given the option, do we cancel the shows? And I have this voice in my head. This voice of my old family friend. I've told this story before. But there was there's another family friend of my mother's who told me, as a fun fact, that she was like, oh, I'm unsure about Will doing all these tours in 2023. You know, I'm really unsure about him doing all these tours. Like, why is she American? I don't know. She was like, oh, I'm really worried about Will doing all these tours. I think he's going to lose his voice. He's going to have to cancel loads of shows. I'm not letting her win. Chat, I warmed the fuck up. I was offered an IV, like in the vein to like make you feel better. I said no. I fucking just took I took my painkillers, took my antibiotics. I went for I did some push-ups. I did like a proper like intensively warmed myself up. And I went on that stage and I fucking sung, probably badly, but I still did it. Chat, this throat infection lasted almost the entire tour. Literally, it was in Albany, New York, and you're gonna hear when we get to Albany, New York. So just imagine, for the rest of these shows I'm gonna tell you about, I'm really fucking ill, right? And I'm doing like all these warm-up techniques to like make myself feel better. But yeah, didn't cancel. Still to this day, I've never cancelled a show. We did one show with where I didn't sing, and I got the audience to sing because I was too sick, funnily enough. But I've never cancelled, so. Feeling good. One day I'll have to cancel a show, and I know that will come. But until then, we're on what? I've played 69. Hey, 69. Oh no, 68. My next show's number 69. I've played 68 shows and never had to cancel. So let's see how long that can go on for. Anyway, next we left Seattle and we went to Boise, Idaho. I will be honest with you, chat. We didn't play a show in Boise. I spent the entire time in Boise, Idaho, sat in the bath in the hotel, just trying to not feel sick anymore. I also went downstairs to the hotel like shop at 1 in the morning and bought myself some ramen noodles and a chocolate bar. And he went, "Huh, dinner of champions." And I looked at him like this. And I felt really bad. I was so grumpy. I was like, I almost fucking jumped on him. Fucking like, I just need noodles. I need food. Anyway, we then headed out of Seattle. Sorry, not Seattle. We headed out of Boise, Idaho, and we went to Salt Lake City, Utah. That was fun. Salt Lake. I mean, I'm a Utah guy through and through. I was born there, so I used to work in a petrol station in Utah. So Utah's been like my thing for a while, and being there in Salt Lake City was great. I've always had a fun time. Salt Lake City, I always describe it's like if you ever played The Sims 2, it's like Strange Town. It's fucking Strange Town, right? Oh, Phil's just messaging me. I know, Phil, I get it. Yeah, it's like if you've ever played Sims 2. If you don't, just Google Sims 2 Strange Town. That's Utah. But it was really goofy. It was a really goofy time being in Utah. I went to a pinball alley, and they wouldn't let me in because I didn't have ID. And so I managed to convince them that I wouldn't tell anyone if they let me in. You guys got to keep a fucking secret, all right? Can you do that? But yeah, the Utah show went pretty well. I mean, it was a great crowd, but I was so bad. I think there's a video of me on TikTok that no one's clocked. I don't think anyone's found this video. I found it just randomly while going through, because the Lovejoy accounts all follow like Lovejoy fans. So I was going through the Lovejoy TikTok, which by the way isn't managed by me, but like I still have access to it and I like to go through it sometimes. But I went through the Lovejoy TikTok and I wound up on this TikTok with like 10 likes. And it was me as coming off the stage at Utah. Someone had waited backstage for me. I walk out the stage and you hear me go, "That was fucking dreadful." The crowd were amazing. I just played so badly and I felt so shit afterwards. I felt like I'd let everyone down. I don't think anyone really noticed though, but I definitely had like a bit of my voice cracked like 4 times or something stupid. It was kind of silly how much I fucked up. Yeah, then we left Utah. Now chat, this is where things get fun. I went to Omaha, Nebraska. Whew. Omaha fucking Nebraska, chat. Now, I was so hyped for Omaha, Nebraska. It's so funny. The idea that I would get to see Omaha, Nebraska was thrilling to me. And chat, I made the fucking most of it. I did not spend a single second in the hotel. I was out and about. I was exploring Nebraska. And let me tell you, chat, underrated cities, they should have a picture of Omaha as the icon. The downtown central area of Omaha, Nebraska is so fun. I went to this weird emporium that had these silly sodas and like candy and like all this weird shit, and they had like a pinball alley. They love pinball machines. There was a Pez museum. There was all these abandoned buildings. I went and snuck into an abandoned building. I went into like a knick-knack shop and bought like a hat that said like keeping it 100. Man. And like the center of Omaha, Nebraska, there's like this big park with all these swings on it. Oh man. Omaha, Nebraska, I cannot recommend it enough. I had a great time in Omaha, Nebraska. Silly sodas, yo. Someone says yes. I don't know if Jay, would you mind me saying this? I don't know if Jay's even here. Probably not. He's probably somewhere else. But Jay has a TikTok account dedicated to reviewing sodas. This is Crywank Jay. And me and Jay spent the entire day together in Omaha, Nebraska. Just me and Jay. And they have this account where they review sodas. Now, I don't know if this is public information, because I think they only get like a couple views per one, but I'm in like 3 of them. So if you can find this account, you'll get to see me reviewing sodas. But we reviewed one. We reviewed some silly sodas in Omaha, Nebraska. And it was just Red Bull. It was, all of them were Red Bull. It was like corn-flavored soda. Pop it open, Red Bull. It was like a soda flavored like moose sweat. Pop it open, it was Red Bull. and obviously Jay reviews them. He ranks them, and obviously he likes Red Bull, so he gave them all like a pretty good rank. But anyway, Omaha, Nebraska slapped. Okay. We then head off to Denver, Colorado. Denver was fun. Denver is a fucking beautiful place. Well, Colorado is a beautiful place, I should say. And Denver itself was really, really fun. Oh, I'd like to add as well, Utah, I played at the same venue as Frank Turner. Now, for those of you that might know some Wilbur lore, you'll know that Frank Turner used to be one of my favorite musicians of all time. I learned guitar playing Frank Turner and Crywank stuff. So playing in a venue that had both Crywank and Frank Turner was pretty mind-blowing. However, Frank Turner doesn't get on well with Crywank, as far as I'm aware. And we were playing football backstage, and we kicked the ball over to Frank a couple times, over to old Francis a few times, trying to get him to join in. I wanted to play football with Frank Turner. That was fun as fuck. So, oh yeah, by the way, I will add, we bought a football in Oregon, and this football was the saving grace for the entire tour. We're a bunch of British blokes, so we just spend all of our time backstage playing football. It was really good. It's good. You don't realize, by the way, going on tour and playing shows every day, it's physically intensive, man. It's a physically intensive thing to do. And like, it's like you think of like, you know, when you go and like, you know, maybe figure skaters have to like do all these intensive physical warm-ups all the time. You do it as a musician too. Like on tour, you have to keep your body in shape or you just collapse, right? America. Oh, it's fucking soccer, you Americans. Jesus. Yeah, we were playing football. We were playing soccer, right? And yeah, we kept kicking it over to Frank, and he just did not. He did not come over, and I was very sad because I would have loved to have played football with Frank Turner. I think we were a little bit drunk too. But anyway, we headed off to Denver, Colorado, which was fun. I'm trying to remember Denver, Colorado. In First Avenue. No, the Ogden Theater. 1,600 people. I don't remember this show. My brain is full of venues. Fuck. I think I spent most of the show like just in the green room. I think that was like the peak of my illness, was Denver, Colorado. I think it was the peak. I think that was the peak of my illness. Anyway, we left Denver, Colorado, and we headed off to Minnesota. Head off to Minneapolis, Minnesota. We arrived there. That was a long journey, by the way. That was a long, long journey from Omaha, Nebraska to Minnesota, Minneapolis. That was fun. I had a good walk around Minnesota. Met up with an old friend, and we went for a walk around Minnesota. It's quite nice. It was very like big manor buildings, like wooden shingles and stuff. You know the vibe. You know the Minnesota type look. It was boiling hot though, and tell you what, that state is not made for the heat. Minnesota is a cold state, and having all that heat was unbearable, to say the least, at points. Essentially, we played the Minnesota show. It went pretty well. It was at that point I got given a limited edition Tamagotchi that I want to talk about at another time, because it's kind of a big deal, and I would like to talk about it in a separate stream, because this stream is not about Tamagotchis, and I have so much to say about it. We then head off to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, for our biggest show ever. Now this was scary. The Milwaukee show was scary. We were given the entire building to play with. We were basically given from the ground floor to the top. The ground floor being the venue, top floor was the roof. We had a green room halfway up. There was a catering area with a kitchen, and we could just walk in and ask for whatever the fuck we wanted, and they would cook it. It was fucking great. It was amazing. The fucking Wisconsin show was like, we were pampered in Wisconsin. And we played Milwaukee. You guys, there was a lot of you, and my god, were you rambunctious. I had shit thrown at me, which pissed me off a little bit. There's a funny clip of me having something thrown on my head while I'm tuning, and I just grab it and drop kick it into the crowd and give them the finger. Yeah, don't throw shit at my head. You can throw stuff on stage, just don't throw stuff at me. That's how you get me kicking it straight back at you. And maybe potentially getting thrown out. But yeah, we played the Milwaukee show, and that was incredible. After the show, I got paparazzi. There was a fucking massive crowd of people trying to paparazzis and people trying to take photos of me after the show. That was surreal. That was a bit of a famous moment I wasn't used to. That felt weird. I'm just a weird British boy, and now I had like all these cameras pointed at me. That was surreal. Yeah, it was fun though. It was really good. Then I went to Detroit. Detroit was fun. That was just in Michigan. We went all the way up and around. I didn't spend too much time walking around Detroit, but when I did, I went and got some really good food, and then we played a show. At this point, I know I'm sort of running out of things to say at this point. I'll be honest with you. My illness was reaching its end, and I was just exhausted. Like, I was dying. It was like so tiring at this point in the tour. I pick up my energy a bit later, but that point in Michigan at Detroit was like I just want to sleep all day. Finished the show in Detroit. Oh my god, I do remember Detroit. I had a diva moment. I look back, I'm still a bit cringed out by it, but we weren't told there were going to be camera crew at this show. And I'd just woken up. It was like midday, and I'd just woken up, and I was in such a bad mood, and I didn't know there was gonna be camera crew. So I went on stage in shorts, commando. So I was just like, no underwear, shorts on, fucking a stained shirt, no socks or shoes, just barefoot on this stage. and we were doing a sound check, so we had to just basically, I thought sound check's fine. I've done sound check in pajamas before. I've done sound check lying down. So like in my head I was thinking I'm just gonna go on and just sing some songs. There's fucking 12 camera crew there, and I'm just there in a fucking stained shirt, shorts, barefoot, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And they're like, we're just warming up. And I'm like, well, go away. I don't want cameras on me while I'm doing the sound check. And they're like, oh no, we're not filming. We're just warming up. And I was like, bear in mind, we've paid for these camera crew. Like, so it's on us. Like, it's our fault. But like, I'm just, I don't know. I look back and I regret it. I'm sorry if you were one of the camera operators in that Detroit show. I was a dickhead. I'm just like, I spend the entire time just jokingly, like I'm like, when it goes to sing my lyrics, I'm going so they can't get any footage. I'm having a proper Kurt Cobain at MTV type moment. I felt kind of bad looking back on it, but like at the same time, when they were like, we're not filming, we're just warming up, and then I saw the little light blink on their camera, I was like, fuck you, stop filming my feet. Ash did the entire thing with a sleep mask on, lying down, because he didn't want to be filmed. Oh, it was such a diva moment, I'm sorry. Bear in mind, I was also like so exhausted and sick. Anyway, we got a few days off after this. That was like our longest run. Then we went up to Toronto, Canada. Toronto, Canada, I don't know what it is with you Canadians, but you guys filmed every second of that fucking show. And it was a pretty poor performance from me, in my opinion. So I always see, and I also sweated like mad. I had like drenched hair, and like my shirt, I was wearing a pink shirt, and it was just like you could see all the sweat around my collar. Man, Canada, thank you for all showing up, and I can't wait to. I'm playing in Canada next week. I can't wait to go back there and play for you guys again. But holy shit, I'm sorry. I wish I'd put on a better show, and all of you filming it. Oh. Good Kid, though, opened for us, and I fucking love Good Kid, man. They're another band that if you haven't heard, go listen to them. Good Kid opened for us, and they were spectacular, and I'm glad at least they put on a good show if we failed to. We then went off to Albany, New York. This one was a crazy one, Albany, New York. It was like it was a hotel on just an empty street with a bunch of closed down shops. And I just went for an explore. I walked up and down this street the entire way, and it was fucking strange. It was such a weird journey. It was such a weird time. And I remember Mark ordered this pizza, and it was possibly the worst pizza I've ever seen. And we proceeded to eat it in the lobby of the hotel. And I didn't realize this, but there was someone in the lobby of the hotel who had been playing Roblox all day. She was like maybe mid-40s, like an older woman, like not like old, but like sort of, you know, over 30s. And she was just playing Roblox all day, and she was on Discord in the hotel lobby on one of the like public computers. I don't know how long she'd been there, but I was just eating Mark's pizza and just watching this woman play Roblox. It's a really core memory, and I don't know why. But she was just typing to people on, she was like alt-tabbing to type to people on Discord, and then back on Roblox. And I don't know what, I've never played Roblox, I'll be real. I played it once with Quackity, but I haven't played it beyond that. So sorry that I can't tell you what she was doing on Roblox, but she was like jumping across platforms and things, and she had like a sexy female model on there and things. I don't know, I had like a curvy Roblox girl was on there, and I was just like, oh, okay. I was just really enjoying watching her jump from platforms. Obby, like Obsidian. She was playing Obsidian. You need Obby to make a portal, you know, another portal. Anyway, then we went to Boston, Massachusetts. That was a fun gig. Boston, Massachusetts was a really, really fun gig. I like the city, and it was really fun being there and playing that. Then we went off to Philadelphia, which of course we made an Always Sunny in Philadelphia reference while we were there. I have a really core memory in Philadelphia too. We couldn't get a hotel, so we had to sleep on a static bus. So normally I sleep on the bus a lot on tour, but normally the bus is in motion, so the bus is like going somewhere. The bus was already in Philadelphia, but we didn't have a hotel, so the driver just left and he went and got his own hotel, and we just had the bus. And so I remember it was 4 in the morning and we weren't tired. And so we just sat we just were outside the bus in a car park at 4 in the morning in the middle of Philadelphia playing football all night. I just remember just until the sun was rising, and then we went to bed and we woke up and we played the show. It was just a really weird experience, just playing football in a car park in Philadelphia. Anyway, we then headed off to Washington DC. Washington DC is a really weird place. It's everyone is in a suit in Washington DC. Everyone's really official. It was really strange, but I'm a big American history fan, so I did the whole walk from Capitol Building all the way up to Lincoln's Memorial. Abraham Lincoln is the spitting image of my grandpa, who I'm apparently the spitting image of. So mark my words here, this is going to come back to haunt me in like decades from now, right? But I'm saying it now for posterity. When I get old, I'm probably going to look like Abraham Lincoln. And being stood there in Abraham Lincoln's memorial, looking up at him on his seat, the great man he was, I just saw my grandpa. It was a giant grandpa. I was like, oh hey, that's just that. It was really surreal. I was just like, oh, there's my grandpa. Sick, you know. Yeah, so we played DC, and then it was time for our final show. Well, DC was our technical final show, and that was a great experience. It was loads of people. It was like 1,200, I think, and it was really nice. It was a really nice ending to the thing. I got to play Privately Owned Spiral Galaxy with Crywank live, which was amazing, because if you've ever been a fan of the Wilbur ARG, you'll know how significant Privately Owned Spiral Galaxy is for me. Anyway, it's just started raining. I know you guys can't hear it, but this is just really, really good vibes right now out my window. So then we went to New York and we played Governor's Ball. And there's not really much to say about Governor's Ball. I got to it was a fun fact. Here we go. I may as well talk about some celebrity occurrences. Backstage at Governor's Ball, I was just like doing my warm-ups, and in walks, bear in mind, we were on really early. In walks at like really early in the morning, this I assume K-pop group. My apologies, it's not. I don't know much about them, but it was aespa, Aespa. I don't know if that's K-pop. I'm sorry if it's not. But they wandered in to the backstage, and they immediately started warming up. And I shit you not, we were backstage for literal hours and hours and hours and hours, like just sitting and just eating fucking hot dogs and drinking alcohol and not warming up. And they spent the entire time dancing. They were like getting sweaty, just going crazy. And I was just there like, fuck, that's a work ethic. Like this group were just like doing all these K-pop, I assume K-pop, sorry if it's not. They were doing these dance moves. They are a K-pop group, someone just said. Okay, well either way, they were just like doing these dance moves all fucking day. And they were incredible. And they were just for hours and hours and hours and hours. And I was just there like, how do you do that? How do you fucking do that? And they were on after us, so they had more time. They assumed while we were playing the shows, they were still warming up. Yeah, it is K-pop. Okay, yeah, they were doing these K-pop moves, and I was just like, holy shit, that is impressive. I've never seen it in person, and yeah, that was that was pretty mental. Yeah. Then we got interviewed by MTV, and then we went home. We went home from America. Rule 5, no K-pop. Jesus, you guys have a better memory than me. Oh my god, I've just talked at you for an hour and a fucking half, and I don't think I'm done yet. I think I can keep going. I'm so hungry though, chat. There are two options here. I can eat food and keep talking, or I can end stream and just fucking chill out and eat. I've got more to tell. I want to talk about QSMP anyway. I am coming back to the QSMP very, very soon. I'm excited to join it. I want to extend my love again to Big Q. Quackity is a real one, and the fact that he's been so patient for me while I've literally spent 3 months not streaming on his server, and he's just been so chill about it and just so cool, and there's been no like quotas or anything. He's just been a really cool guy. I've never really had to deal with quotas. I wouldn't have, you know, been a part of a server that had quotas anyway. But like with QSMP, it's kind of expected that you'll put in quite a lot of effort, and I just feel like I haven't been putting in the effort that other streamers have been. And for the fact that he's been so cool about it and so chill, and he still accepts me. And another big thing I want to say to you as well, you, the QSMP viewers, thank you for keeping me involved in the story. I've been loving seeing all the jokes about me being Hatsune Miku, and all the jokes everyone's been making about me being gone, and seeing all the stuff about Tallulah, and the fact that I've still been involved. Man, there's not many communities you can disappear for 3 months and have the community still be there for you and excited to talk about you and have a part of you. And I'm gonna pay it back. I know I always say that. I finished touring properly October 1st. That's when I'm done. I play another show, I believe, in October after that. But I'm back in Brighton, and I'm locked down. I'm solid. I'm back home. May need to give me a week or so to unwind. Finishing a big tour is a big physical and emotional and mental drain, which I'm having to learn to deal with. If I can be frank with you, chat, I'm doing good right now, but my mental health's been in the fucking shitter the past month. It's probably the lowest I've been in a long time, and I'm still dealing with the anxiety from that. And it's been a difficult run, and I'm so blessed to be in the position I am, where I get to live this life and do this and sell out 66,000 people. Like, fucking hell, we've played how many shows? 45 shows. All of them have sold out, apart from one which didn't sell out by 7 tickets. So all of our shows have sold out. That's 40 something sold out shows. To get to do that is a fucking mind-blowing dream, and it's been difficult. It's a hard dream to live, but I'm so glad that you've given me that ability, and you've given me my success. And, you know, fucking, I see all this shit right now about you know, celebrities like taking their fans for granted. It looks like, I don't know the whole story on a lot of it, but it feels a lot like these musicians and public figures, you know, always seem to have something to say about their fan base, you know. And I feel like I don't always call you guys out as much as I probably should, but I also feel like you guys are just the best fans a boy could ask for, and I'm right. I know I'm right, because every single time we play a show, hands down, without fail, the owner of the venue tries to find Lovejoy, tries to find the band, and they come in, and you know what they say to us every single time? They say, in the 30, 40, 20, 10, 5, whatever, however many years they've owned that building, they've never seen fans like you guys. That's ridiculous. I don't deserve that. I don't know how many. I could probably name the amount of people on one hand who deserve that, and it's not fucking me. But thank you, and I'm so honored, and I feel like I can share with you guys because how close I feel like I am to you guys, and how, you know, not parasocially, but, you know, there's different levels of love. You know, there's the love I have for my friends. There's the love you can have for your family, for you know, a loved one, a romantic partner. You know, there's love you can have for everyone. You can have love for a group of people. You can have love for an idea, and you can have love for a fan base and what a fan base gives to you. And it is different from a romantic love or a friend love or a family love, but it is still love, and the world needs more of it. So I do love you guys, genuinely. Thank you so much for everything you do for me. But either way, back on track. My mental health has been in the shitter. I've been struggling, and I'm coming out the back of a really bad spell of it, and I'm hoping this next tour I will be able to cope with it a bit better. But it's been hard. It's been difficult, and I forget where I was going with this. But yeah, it's getting better. And oh yeah, that's where I was going. When we come out the back of the next tour, you may need to give me a little bit of time after the 1st of October just to figure it out and get myself back in the sea. And trust me, next time you see me, there'll be like a sofa there with some shelves. I own this house, chat. I can screw things into the wall. If I'm really loud at night, the neighbors can't call my landlord. I'm the fucking lord of the land. I own this house. Oh, it feels good. It feels good. Next time someone knocks on my door and asks to speak to the homeowner, I can shut the door on their face and tell them to get off my property. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. But yeah, I'm coming back to the QSMP and I'm excited to meet all these other content creators. I've been really enjoying watching all the French and Brazilian and it's been all these streamers. It's been great. It's been a really fun time watching them all and seeing that just Quackity has an eye for really funny people. In like, doesn't matter what language they're speaking, they're so entertaining. I'm excited to get back onto it. Anyway, more love in the world. That's my take. That's my take I'm giving to you guys. Let's have a bit more love, a bit less bitching about people behind their backs, and just a bit more love in the surrounding world. But anyway, so I played some festivals around Europe. They were very eventful, a lot of fun. I played Isle of Wight Festival, which was the biggest audience I've ever had, 4,100. Oh no, sorry, that was the second biggest. The biggest I had was actually the Opener Festival in Poland, in near Gdansk. That was 5,800 people I played for. Fucking ridiculous. That's mind-blowing. That show was a bit of a mess. I played the entirety of Consequences in the wrong key. But it was still fun, and I loved meeting all you afterwards, and I got to see the Arctic Monkeys play afterwards, which I've never seen the Arctic Monkeys live, and I'm sure there's a million videos of me screaming my heart out to these shows. And then I went to Belgium, and chat, I need to mention it because I see you in the chat talking about it over and over again. It was the last day of Rock Vector in Belgium, and it was just 2 bands left to play. Lovejoy and the Arctic Monkeys were the last 2 bands to play at Rock Vector. And I'm backstage, and you'll never guess who I see, who I bump into. It's fucking Alex Turner. Who, I don't know how many of you know, Alex Turner is, in my opinion, one of the best lyricists of our generation. I think of the 21st century, we're going to look back on the history of the 21st century, and Alex Turner will go down as one of the best lyricists. I know all the lyrics to every Arctic Monkeys album. Maybe not all of Suck It and See, but I can do all of The Car, all of Tranquility Base, all of Whatever People Say, all of Humbug, all of Favorite Worst Nightmare, all of AM, most of the B-sides even. Being able to then see him in the flesh was like... There's not many celebrities I want to go and get a picture with, you know? There's a few like personal celebrities, like celebrities in my heart who I want to get a photo with. But there's not many celebrities that I would, if I saw them walking in the street, I'd go up to them and be like, hey, get me a picture, you know? Like if I saw fucking Rishi Sunak on the street, I wouldn't go up and ask him for a photo. I'd maybe take a picture of him, which is kind of a problematic thing, because I'd want to say, look, I saw the fucking Prime Minister. But like, I wouldn't go up and take a picture with him. Whilst Alex Turner is one of those people, I think if I saw him walking on the street, I'd stop whatever I was doing. I'd need to go and like speak to him, which is, I don't know, he probably wouldn't want that, but you know. Yeah, the story is, I saw him, and the courtesy is with, when you meet other artists backstage at shows. So I've met a few really quite great artists who I could bore you all talking about all the wonderful people, all the wonderful musicians I've met backstage at these shows. But Alex Turner, the courtesy is they normally have security with them if they're as big as Alex Turner is. Like Matty Healy has security with him all the time and stuff. And I saw him with his security, and the trick is you look at the security, you give him a little nod. Just to be like, hey, is it all right if I can approach? That's what it means. The security sort of gestured me. I went up to Alex and I went, my friend Alex, we're on first name basis. I went up to him and I went, "Hey man, is it alright if we can have a photo?" And he goes, "Mm-hmm." And I go, "Cool." And I go, "I'm like, you're like one of my biggest inspirations. I'm a huge fan. I've been a fan since I can remember, and you've been a huge inspiration on Lovejoy, and it's an absolute pleasure to meet you." And he goes, and I take the picture, and he goes to walk away, and I go to take another picture, and he goes and comes back, not realizing I wanted a second one, which felt really cringe for me. I felt really bad. And I took the second picture, and I went, "Oh, that's perfect, thank you." And he goes and walks up, did not say a word to me. But he was very nice, and he was very polite to give his time to take a picture with me. And yeah, there you go. That's the story of how I met Alex Turner. It's not that fascinating, but it was a moment for me. I collapsed on the ground in a ball when he'd left, which was funny. And then I proceeded to play Rock Werchter, which was a really, really good gig. We all played really well. And I'll tell you now, like, fucking, I think it's because I was blessed by Alex Turner. Because ever since Rock Werchter, we've had really good shows. We played Glasgow Transmit, which ironically was probably the worst show we played after that, and even that went pretty well. Then we played Montreux Jazz Festival, which was scary because no one knew who we were. There was like maybe 20 people at the front out of the 2,000 who knew who we were, and it was just like playing to a bunch of older men. And then it was then we went to Marseille, Jardin Sonore, and there was again not really anyone who knew us. I would like to say Jardin Sonore is probably lost media. I don't think anyone filmed it, right? The one in Marseille or near Marseille, probably the best show I've ever done. Genuinely probably the best show I've ever played was Jardin Sonore. And holy shit, I wish I could show it to you, because but I don't think anyone filmed it. It was such a good show, and we played so well, and I feel like I really played the crowd, and I did some great there were some vocal moments I'm so proud of. We cannot look at it where it's just gone. No, I don't think anyone filmed it, because there was barely any Lovejoy fans. I think there were like 2 or 3. And like one of those Lovejoy fans was like the mum of one of the people helping run the festival, or well, like the daughter, sorry, of someone helping run the festival. So it was like, yeah, that's just gone forever. We'll never see it. Someone might have it. If you were there at Jardin Sonore, just, let me know. Then we played Lollapalooza, and now I'm here. Oh, then we filmed Sorry. Possibly one of my favorite Sorry videos was filmed in this one, which I can't spoil for you. But let me just say, I play a guy called Brad. And when you guys meet Brad, I think you're going to make a lot of fan cams about Brad. Because Brad is one of my proudest work of a character. He's so comfortable in his skin, Brad. And he's got so much artistic energy, Brad. And he's a troubled soul. He's had a rough life. But when you meet Brad, I think he might be my best persona. I think Brad might be the greatest persona. I don't know when you're going to see the video. I think it's coming out in like 9 Sorry videos away. But it's the best persona. Artistic or autistic? Artistic, I think. I don't know. We'll have to do a deep dive on Brad. Look into his brain. Find out what makes him tick, But yeah. You guys are going to love Brad. Someone in the chat said, "Who is Brad? I wasn't listening." Should I repeat it all again for that one person that was? Watch it back on the VOD. On the video on demand, you bitch. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you a bitch. I apologize, you dickhead. I'm in The Sims 4. They put there's so much to talk about, chat. I don't know if I can cover it all. I'm going to forget, and then I'll talk about it next time as well. I'm in The Sims 4. I'm going to make a TikTok soon when I can pull my finger out that is going to be all about how I recorded the Sims 4 thing in Simlish. Let me just say, there's a woman in a cabin in the woods in Canada that writes all the Simlish, and yeah. If EA weren't charging 30 quid for the fucking expansion pack with us in, I'm joking. I haven't played it. I'm sure it's very worth it. I need to play it, actually. They gave us download codes, which I'm really excited for. But yeah, Call Me What You Like is in The Sims 4 if you want to go and check it out. I've actually been playing The Sims 4. I actually downloaded it. I wanted to play The Sims 2 Open for Business. I don't know how many of you are Sims 2 fans. I'm a massive Sims 2 fan. I love The Sims 3 too. The Sims 3 is like The Sims 2 if it was made out of paper. The Sims 3 is like, imagine... Okay, wait, let me explain that better. The Sims 3 is The Sims 2 if it was imagined in the dreams of a Sims 2 fan, but it was made out of tissue paper. So like Sims 2 is like a really solid game. It's really structurally sound. It makes a lot of sense. It works really well. It's really cohesive, but it's limited. It's obviously because of when it was released. The Sims 3 is a huge open world. It's like everything, it improves on everything from The Sims 2 did. However, it's just like, it crashes. The Sims 3, it just feels like you zoom out, it just lags. The frame rate drops, it crashes all the time. Sims 4, so far, I've never played The Sims 4 until literally last week. I've got it. It's because I wanted to play The Sims 2 Open for Business, but The Sims 2, you can't buy The Sims 2, and I've lost access to my EA account that has The Sims 2 Complete Collection, so I can't play it, and the only way to get it is to download a bunch of fucking cracks and patches, and I'm too stupid. I'm too stupid, chat. I need Phil to come over to my house and install The Sims 2 for me. But either way, I bought The Sims 4 because The Sims 4 has Get to Work, which is like Open for Business, but for The Sims 4. Chat, I'm disappointed. It's just not the same as The Sims 2 Open for Business. It's not the same, chat. It's not the same. Sims 4 Get to Work. Do you know what it misses? I wanted to make a guy, right? Here was my idea for The Sims 4. Right? I was like, right, every time I make a new sim, I come up with a little story for them. Right? And so The Sims 3, my story was the guy worked at a restaurant. He was like a waiter his entire life, and he was gonna age up. And in The Sims 3, this was my last family, and he was gonna age up and he was gonna live his entire life as a waiter, and I was gonna see how hard it was to play a Sims thing where you're just a waiter at the bottom rung of like the restaurant career. You're like a busboy washing dishes and stuff. And in the end, he then had a kid who moved out to the city, and I was going to live as just a busker. He was going to just be a busker his entire life and live in an apartment. And he ended up dying of like a fucking house fire, and that was just the end of my Sims 3 like career. I got 2 generations in before I died, right? I play The Sims in like a hardcore setting. I play, when I die, that's it. That's the end. Unless I have another family member, like a brother or a sister or a mother or an auntie or an uncle, it's just over, right? And I just have to start again. My one for The Sims 4, I planned it. I was like, right, his name is fucking Rutherford. Rutherford Sandwich is the name of my Sims 4 character, right? And I decided he was going to be just an average bloke, right? But he runs a kebab shop, and I wanted him to run a kebab shop, and he lives above the kebab shop in like the main town in The Sims 4. And that was my guy, and that was it, right? I knew I wasn't going to get kebabs because The Sims 4 probably doesn't have kebabs as an option. So I decided to sell chicken nuggets, because chicken nuggets is like is regular, you know, like that's it's just really easy to make, and it's a microwave, and it's kind of kebabby, right? You get chicken nuggets at kebab shops sometimes. So I make Rutherford Sandwich. Chat, there are 2 options in The Sims 4 when you're making a sim, right? You either make an incredibly attractive guy, an incredibly gorgeous woman, or like a hideous deformed creature with one eye over here and one eye over here. There is no in between. They're either the most beautiful human beings you've ever seen in your life, or they're a grotesque like horror of nature lumbering around with like giant eyes and like a nose coming out like in front of them. Like, that's The Sims 4, right? Which disappointed me, because I wanted to just make a random average guy, like a guy who you'd see on the street and go, yeah, that's a guy, you know? It's just a bloke. That's what I wanted, that kind of guy, but I couldn't do it. So he's kind of a little fuck boy, Rutherford. He's kind of a hottie, right? But that's okay, because he runs a kebab shop, and I was like, right, his mood, I'm gonna make his personality, he's gonna be a dickhead. Sims 3, the traits I'd give him would be like inappropriate, slob, like friendly, I'd give him kind of, I don't know, what else would I give him? I'd give him kind of like neurotic. I'd give him neurotic for sure, and I need like a 5th one. I'd probably give him like natural cook, all right, just so he enjoys what he's doing a bit. Sims 4, you don't get any of that shit. The traits in The Sims 4 holy shit, they are just like so simple. They're so watered down. The closest I could get was I made him like a workaholic, slob who, like, I don't know, it was just like they had very little in the way of options for traits. I was kind of Sims 4. I was disappointed until I got into the game and I used the like. By the way, chat, I know I said I was gonna go, but I love talking about the Sims. I could talk about the Sims all day. I love the fucking building in the Sims 4. Holy shit, they got that shit down to a fucking T. But yeah, he made chicken nuggets and he sold them. And I'm going to be honest with you, chat, it just wasn't the same as Open for Business. I'm going to have to start a new Sims 4, but like not doing get to work. I'll just make a family and just see how it goes. Make a guy and see how it goes. I always start with a random like bloke. I'll be honest with you, chat, I always just make a random guy. I never make families, and I never make women. I always make a guy. That's how I start. And then if they have a daughter, I'll play as them. But like, I don't know why. Maybe it's internalized patriarchy. Who knows? But either way, chat, I'm gonna go and order a Subway, and then sleep. It's 1 in the morning. It's 1 minute past 1 in the morning. And chat, there's so much more we've got to talk about, and I'll be back so soon. But chat, thank you all for coming out. 60,000 people, I think we peaked. That's ridiculous. Thank you for coming. You've been absolutely stupendous. Quackity is live. He's live in Spanish. Who fucking knows? I don't speak Spanish. You guys are going to go and learn Spanish, okay? When you get there, don't spam English. Be polite. Go see my friend Quackity, alright? Big Q needs you. What's he doing? I think I don't know. It says Hoy muere alguien. I don't know what that means. It's something in Spanish. The Nether XD, thank you for the gifted subs. Everyone go and say hi to Big Q. He's an absolutely lovely soul, and I will see you all very, very soon, I'm sure. Or at least, you know, not as long as last time, maybe. Touch wood. Anyway. Farewell, chat. It's just, okay. Goodbye.